Man believes the world itself is filled with beauty.
He forgets that it is he who made it.
315.
Welcome back to the Pain Dungeon for part 2. So last week we kind of talked about how getting to know how other people feel and getting to understand their thought processes can help you to better formulate your own opinions on life. Well, now, taking those opinions, we jump into part 2, which is basically the idea that you need to set up your own value system. Now, what that means is that, not necessarily don't follow laws or anything like that, but instead find those things that make you happy and focus on those in your life, right? Instead of following the cookie cutter plan of, do this and care about this and be thankful for this. Instead, find those things that'll make you happy, right? And value those. Say, yeah, sure, I'm glad I woke up this morning. I'm appreciative of that. But you know what else means just as much to me? Achieving this, or doing this, or looking like this, or being able to do this now. Because assuming that what makes other people happy is what's going to make you happy is a great way to not end up being happy, because you're not that person and you don't know what's driving that person to want to be happy in that way. And who knows, maybe they're totally wrong and they're not happy either, right?
Basically, it's stupid to assume that all of human happiness could be summed up in one way. As one goal that anyone could achieve if they wanted to. That all you need to do is give up your possessions or help the homeless, and suddenly your life would have meaning. Instead, since there's so many different kinds of people, we need to assume that each of those people could have their own goals, and following those and ever striving to achieve those is what would make them happy.
And this all stems from this idea of like organized religions and societies saying, in order to be the best contributing member to life, in order to truly live the way that you're supposed to, you need to follow this set of rules. But those set of rules are based on this perfect, ideal person or entity or whatever it is, right, that can't possibly exist. And who made those rules? We did. Right? We as people, not we now. Like we have no say in anything that happens in the world anymore. But it's this idea that, okay, let's take someone who's perfect that we can never be like and try to be like them. You're guaranteed set up for failure. So instead, what you should do is set those goals for yourself. I want to be able to bench 315, right? That's something that I can attain. That's something that I can do. That's something that I may have to work for a very long time, but that I could totally accomplish. And it also means that I can be happy with the progress I'm making. I'm not trying to get to something that I know I'll never ever get to. I mean, I may never get to it. I'm built like a blow pop. I got a giant head and a tiny body, but at least I can be making progress in the right direction. If I'm trying to be something that's impossible to achieve, no matter how much progress I make, I can never possibly get there, and therefore I'm never going to be happy with the progress I'm making.
Thus, you like that? Thus makes me sound smart. Thus, if life is meaningless and all of the things that make us happy don't really exist, or at least the things we've been told will make us happy don't exist, or don't really matter, there's no point in going on. Unless you can find something that makes you happy regardless of that. That being said, if helping people makes you happy, go for it. But if you prefer to do something else,
do that instead. Leave the cookie cutter mindset.
Cookie cutter mindset of an easy solution behind. And instead,
Continue striving.
to accomplish those things that make you happy.
As opposed to what will make other people happy.
275.
For example, I thought that just being some asshole troll on the internet would make me happy. Chance to flex and have people notice me would give my life some sort of meaning temporarily. And it did. It was fun. Don't get me wrong. But then I realized it would also make me happy to like share some of the knowledge that I'm gaining as I try to become less of a dick, which some people may not like. That's all right. It makes me happy. And that's all that should really, at the end of the day, matter to me.
Oh yeah, I still don't have an outro yet. So get the hell out of my house.